Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 9th. This week, you start with this mending card and this here and now card. I think you had this mending card with me recently, so, again, it could still be a good time for healing. It is, because we have all these retrogrades. Retrograde times are always good times to heal, rest, relax, recover, things like that. The Here and Now card, of course, is about being present and, staying in an energy. We even have the Nine of Cups. This card, even though it doesn't represent what the Nine of Cups represents, it always reminds me of the Nine of Cups. Like this girl is sitting in the middle of the card, kind of like this guy here, which you could say about a lot of cards, I guess. But it kind of reminds me of that Nine of Cups energy. And with the Nine of Cups, we have to be in the energy of what we want to get it. So the Nine of Cups is a really good card for matching energy or matching a vibe so that you can attract the thing, whatever you want. You have the Emperor, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. The Emperor, of course, is about taking the lead or taking control in your life. I feel like you are kind of going this way, Three of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, taking control of your finances, which, again, I think is another, it's definitely like a message that you have been getting in readings with me, that you are taking control of your financial life. As always, you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is really good, but, I always say that the Ten of Pentacles is something that we all pretty much work towards forever. Whether we get it or not is kind of like up to us in the work that we're doing. So, a lot of you could be doing more work and trying to build your Ten of Pentacles, and you could really be taking control. Sometimes I feel with the Emperor that you have to be ready for an opportunity. We don't really see any opportunity cards in this reading, except for the Queen of Pentacles is kind of looking at an opportunity. She's looking at that pentacle there, sorry. And so, we could argue that that pentacle could be an opportunity. The Emperor needs to be ready for an opportunity. He has his armor on underneath his cloak here, and the armor underneath the cloak says that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So he is kind of sitting there, he's chilling out, he is here and now, kind of like that here and now card. He's just living in the present, but when an opportunity presents itself, he is going to grab onto the opportunity. So, I would be ready for any important opportunities, especially in like work or business with all these money cards showing up here. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups could, of course, be a perfect match, and some of you could be attracting love, but we don't see a ton of love in this reading yet. That could change in a minute, but the Two of Cups, it can be you and your higher self. And so I feel that you have been kind of like asking for an opportunity in work or business or to make money. Even if you're retired, you could be looking for opportunities to improve your finances or, anything like that. And the Two of Cups, again, is about kind of communicating with your higher self, and obviously being present in the moment is a great way to be able to pick up on those like intuitive messages or, those messages you just receive randomly. You have the Seven of Wands. I think you need to protect your energy at this time. You end with the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, it's coming up in the good stuff, and it is a good card anyway, but the Nine of Pentacles is all about your environment, like the energy that is around you. The Seven of Wands is kind of a card of protecting your environment and making sure that you are creating, an environment of success or being in an environment that makes you feel successful. With that Nine of Cups would also be important as well. So I think for a lot of you, making sure you're putting up boundaries against anything that gets in your way or people that slow you down or any of that stuff, I would definitely be putting up boundaries this week against that energy. With the Emperor, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so the Queen of Wands is about really going for something, kind of like the Emperor. She has to be bold and assertive, and she has to follow the sun. She has a sunflower right here. Sunflowers point towards the sun, so she basically always is moving towards fulfillment or her happiness or what brings her joy. And then right next to it, we have the Nine of Cups, which is kind of like happiness, fulfillment, and joy, we could say. And the Ten of Pentacles could also represent those feelings in some ways. So I think this is saying, you need to move towards things that make you feel good. With the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. So basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. I definitely feel that the Here and Now card, that these cards are connected right here, because I feel it's saying that you need to be tapped in, into your higher self. So however you get messages, which we're all different, so we all get messages in a different way. This could be through meditation, through going for a walk, through just being present, whatever, I would do it. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Devil. I would definitely protect yourself from anything toxic, just plain and simple. The Seven of Wands is really a card of drawing that line in the sand and having really strong boundaries. So this is definitely a week where you are going to want to put up strong boundaries. Like, you're protecting your vibe here is what this reading is saying to me. And it's a great week. It looks good. You know, these are good cards showing up here. So I would make sure to protect your vibe. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you right now, you have this Moon Magic. It says transformation. You also have this Blood Moon. It says courage. Emperor and the Queen of Wands would both kind of represent needing to be courageous. So if you're getting a new opportunity that maybe you have to protect with that Seven of Wands, and by protect, I mean maybe you need to keep it to yourself for a little bit of time, or, you know, with the transformation card, you're probably going to need to make a transformation to take advantage of an opportunity, is what this looks like to me, because you have the Eight of Cups also in this row, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But, you know, I think that this is kind of saying you have to have the courage to go for it. You have the Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups, Taurus. The Nine of Cups is fulfillment or wish fulfillment, and being in just a good energy. So with these two nines, especially, you know, Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, I would make sure that you're soaking up as much good energy as you possibly can. I'm a big fan of doing things that, you know, can put me in a better state. You know, like there is like certain music, or there might be like certain movies even that you could watch that make you feel a certain way, right? And I, like, over the years, I really practice that, like doing the things that make me feel a certain way. You know, mostly good feelings, of course, right? So I think that it would be a good week. You know, that's like an enhancement. I think that's what the Nine of Cups is saying. It's saying, you know, what things can you do to amplify the good vibes? What things can you do to make them even better? And I feel that's what you should do with the Nine of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles. Now, of course, working with the right people will be very supportive. So I think, of course, in life we have the wrong people and we also have right people. And the Three of Pentacles is, you know, surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who put you on a pedestal. You know, he's standing on this bench here, and these people are coming in the form of support, and they are, you know, kind of guiding him through what he is creating, even though ultimately he is the one that is completing the project. He is the one that has the ultimate vision, right? He came up with this idea, but they're just kind of supporting him. And so I think those are the types of people that you can surround yourself with. I think the people, obviously, if they're toxic people, or, you know, I think you know this already, because you have that Seven of Wands. It's like saying you're putting up these boundaries against, and it doesn't even have to be people, right? You know, like I was saying, like, there is music I don't listen to anymore because it makes me feel bad, right? And so I like, over the past 5 years, I've been very careful of what I put into my brain. And that's what this looks like to me, this reading. It's like, as ridiculous as it sounds, you never know. Even songs that you like, right? If they talk about sad things, even if it's a good song, it could still put you in a negative place. So I think that this is everything right here, going up to that Ten of Pentacles. Like, you're really making sure to create an environment of success or abundance, or, you know, even just good feelings. And I also feel that you are taking the lead, because we also have the Emperor, and the Emperor is also about taking the lead, or, you know, putting yourself in a leadership position. You have the Eight of Cups. I think this is the transformation. So some of you could clearly be walking away from something that no longer serves you. And like I said, I kind of got the feeling that you're going to have to do something that other people might not like, which I feel a lot of people are kind of in that position right now. So, you know, whatever. You know, especially if you have people in your life that aren't willing to transform, right? Those are the people that are going to have a problem with your transformations or your changes. So let's see. With that Nine of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Ace of Cups is, again, this whole entire reading, I think there's like a layer over the reading that it is saying this reading is all about good feelings. And you might not be feeling good. People love to tell me how miserable their life is, right? In the comments, you know, my grandma just got run over by a chihuahua, and my neighbor broke his cat broke its leg, and, you know, all this stuff that I get in the comments. I'm like, okay, none of that affects you, really. And number one. Number two, you know, you need to put yourself, a reading can say good feelings, but you need to put yourself in that position. The Ace of Cups, the whole freaking reading is basically saying you need to get into and make sure that you are in a good vibe this week. You need to make sure that you're protecting that good vibe as well. And obviously it's important for who the hell knows what, right, Taurus? With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Six of Cups. More good feelings. The Six of Cups is childlike energy. It's about being playful and putting yourself in a playful position. Funny enough, these two children are being protected. They are inside these castle walls, and there is a guard right here. So again, the whole entire reading is saying you need to protect your good feelings, or you need to protect your vibe in some way. And that's exactly what I would do, through here. And the Six of Cups is also about like a childlike energy and, being more playful, which I think this reading is talking about. Again, if you do want love, by the way, I mean, Two of Cups twice, Six of Cups, Ace of Cups, this could be a good connection. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Magician, very much like this card right here, the Transformation card. The Magician is a card of reinvention. It's a card of changing yourself. He is reinventing his energy, or he is, kind of he is stepping into a certain energy so that he can manifest what he wants. And so a lot of you could be making changes like we already talked about. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Dragonfly Spirit. It says, shift your way of thinking and tackle the issue from a different angle. Like, are you kidding? That's like what we've been talking about this whole time. You have this Tears of Remorse. It says, make peace with your regrets and allow the past to guide your future actions. I kind of think a lot of you have made peace with your past, and instead of like looking at things as something that you lost, I think you're just saying those things didn't fit, and now I need to find things that do fit into this right here. The Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. And I always say, the Ten of Pentacles doesn't mean that you're going to have everything you want and desire. It just means that you're working towards creating everything you want and desire. But we have to have like the right things that fit into this story. The Ten of Pentacles is a story that you tell about your life and your future dreams, goals, wishes, like all those things. And so I think you need to make sure that the things that fit in, or the things that you want actually fit into that story. And I think you need, this is really, I really feel this reading is encouraging you to get to the bottom of this. I always tell people that, I think when we are children, we are taught to not ask for what we truly want, and like one of my favorite stories comes from a sales trainer, David Sandler, and he says that when we're children, like before dinner, we ask our mom for a cookie. I'm paraphrasing here to make this shorter, but, we ask our mom for a cookie, our mom says no, and then eventually we learn to just tell our mom, like, Mom, I'm hungry before dinner, even though what we really want is a cookie, right? So we learn to not ask for what we truly want. But I think our brain does the same thing. So our brain thinks like, I lost that past person and I want love, but even if that person doesn't fit into the Ten of Pentacles, we think like, I had love, I lost it, but really it wasn't what we wanted in the first place. And I think that the Ten of Pentacles is asking you, like, what is the cookie? What do you truly want? Like, what is the actual thing that you want? People love to tell me all the time, like, I want to win the lottery. I'm like, well, do you really want to win the lottery? Or like, what is the actual thing that will provide for you? Well, what is it? Because you want to pay off all your debts? Is it because you want to travel? And too many people focus on, the money side instead of focusing on the actual desire. And so this whole entire reading is talking about desires and your actual feelings about what you actually want. So I think you need to go one stage deeper. It's not the money, it's the thing. You have the Moon, again, illusions, fantasies, not seeing what you really want, right? So the Moon, I think, is about getting to the bottom of what you really want. Pretty simple. There's nothing more to say there. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about your resources and getting the resources or finding resources. So, again, money looks really good in this reading. So, again, after that rant about money, I still think money does look pretty good. So you could be being more resourceful, or you could be finding better ways to increase your finances. And, of course, that would be a good thing. And, yeah, I just think you're kind of, working on it. With the Ten of Pentacles, here's the opportunity right here. We were talking about being ready for an opportunity with the Emperor. The Ace, this is what I was looking for, basically, is a good opportunity card like the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity that has potential. So potential really means nothing. Potential is how much we put into something. And again, I think if you create this like really good positive environment around an opportunity, it will be a good opportunity. Yeah, with the Moon, you have the Page of Pentacles. You probably don't know where this is going with the Moon. Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity. Usually the Moon kind of represents fears, fantasies, illusions. It's part of the Fool's journey, the Moon. And he has to go down the path on the Moon without knowing what he is doing. So the moon kind of represents being in the dark and needing to figure things out as you go. The Page of Pentacles, I think, is just the opportunity. He is looking at that big pentacle, but the Page of Pentacles is about education or learning about an opportunity. So if you are getting an opportunity, the Page of Pentacles basically says you will learn as you go. With the Queen of Pentacles, yep, 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, really good vibe. And these people are focusing on happiness. They are standing in the real world. The story of this card is that they still have to deal with all the real world issues and challenges and problems, but they are choosing happiness. The whole entire reading, it says, choose happiness. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this empathy card and this nourish card. I think it would be a great week to just, nourish yourself, which I think has come up for you recently as well. The empathy card, I think, is saying, be kind to yourself as well. But I think what's more important here is we see a lot of growth. We have a lot of growth cards in this reading. So I would say that, focusing on nourishing yourself and doing things that cause growth is going to be the most important thing. You have the Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. The Seven of Swords and the good stuff would represent discovering another way to do things. Funny enough, he also has these polka dots on his cloak. Just like on the Three of Pentacles, we have a person who has polka dots on their cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent needing to have more fun. So again, better vibes, things like that. But the Seven of Swords is about doing something in a different way. So if you are getting an opportunity, I feel that the Seven of Swords is saying, don't be afraid to take advantage of this opportunity in your own way. And that's what I would do here. You have the Nine of Pentacles, of course, probably your most important card here. I think the whole entire reading is kind of talking about your environment. And it's also talking about what you focus on. She has this falcon right here, which is all about her focus and making sure that she is focused on the right things, not the wrong things. She also gives her energy appropriately. She has 6 pentacles over here and 3 over here. So she's willing to give 3 pentacles to any situation that enters into her life, but she always keeps enough for herself. And this doesn't have to be money that she's giving. It could be her time, her effort, her attention. Those 3 pentacles could be anything. But she always makes sure that she is filling herself up first. And, again, with empathy, nourish, Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups, this reading is definitely about fulfilling yourself first. You have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups normally represents a disappointment. It's a card of contemplation and apathy, but showing up in the good stuff, again, I think this could be saying that you're getting a really solid opportunity for something that fits into your story with the Ten of Pentacles. I would get clear on your story if you're not clear on it yet. And again, go one step deeper. What is the cookie is your question for the week. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Death card. Death is a transformation. So we have we have this reinvention energy here with the Eight of Cups and the Magician, the transformation card as well. So you're clearly, going through a transformation. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, hard work paying off, right? The Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So it can represent, obviously, more money coming in the future, but I think you could be increasing your earnings or your finances with that card. With the Four of Cups, you have the Star. That didn't work. The Star is amazing. The Star is working towards your North Star. It's a card of hope, faith, renewal, nourishing yourself, all the stuff we've been talking about so far. So I definitely would say, taking care of yourself is going to be, important at this time. I would also say healing yourself is going to be important at this time as well. You have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. You have this other card that says make peace with your regrets, and it says tears or remorse. So, again, there might be something. It's a really good reading. I wouldn't worry about this, but there might be something with the Devil, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Cups, where you have to walk away from something that is no longer serving you. So, there might be something that you're releasing that's causing sadness, but ultimately, really good reading. You have this Dark Woman. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. You have this Angel. I always clarify these people cards, and it says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So there could be a person in your life that looks like that, that is kind of like a angel or a person who helps you or protects you. You also have this career card. Yes, I think the whole entire reading is amazing for career or money or whatever you do for work. Again, it doesn't have to be like a career. You could have a business that you turn into a career or something like that, but really good. You have this staff card that says you will be taken care of in difficult times. I think you are. I mean, clearly you are being taken care of, but really, I think this reading is about taking care of yourself, not externalizing, right? Very internal reading. There is a little bit of love here, but I would say that this is a more internal reading because, again, it's asking you to focus on creating a positive environment. So I think that really you're learning how to take care of yourself. I mean, deep reading for sure. You have this younger woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a younger woman. You also have this vine card. It says seek out information that will help you. Yes, the whole entire reading. There are things that you might not know, but that's okay. You will figure it out, right? The Page of Pentacles is all about learning, and the Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. So you might be getting an opportunity where you have to learn, or you don't know all the details, but you will figure it out, is basically what the reading is saying. This is one heck of a reading, Taurus. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.